All right. Hey, hey, hey. How's it going, everybody? All right, let's get all our stuff ready to go here, eh? Hey, Lars, welcome. Christopher, welcome. Eric, good to see some familiar faces. How you guys doing? It's Monday. It's Monday. We're gonna do some drawing of some pictures. All right, let's get this set up. Boom, bada, boom, bada, boom. We haven't really done any plugs in a while, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm sure later on we'll do some plugs. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. There's a bunch of plugs on your screen. You can check those out. A whole bunch of sites you can visit, places online, you know, if you like to follow Twitter, Facebook, wherever. Got a mailing list. You like joining in on that if you're one of those people. But how you guys doing? So, what I'm going to do today is we're going to draw in this. I think I need to come up with a word for it. What do we do? So it's this guy. Check out this guy. It's pretty cool. I'm working on something. On Patreon, I made a post talking about how I don't want to start letting people know. Maybe not letting people know, but talking about working on new comics or anything. I just want to make it and then put it out there as it probably should be. I've got a horrible habit of just chasing things that are fresh in my mind and not completing it, we'll say. It's a horrible, horrible thing. Client work I can do, but my own, it's like I can just get distracted so much because there's always so many cool things to do, right? And anyway, so what I'm going to be doing, even though I just said all that, my goal of what I'm trying to do now, anyway, is so this super simple style here, right? And I don't want to beat this to death because I'm not saying it's amazing or great, but for me, it's doing a lot of really good things and positive things, and I want to try it once. At the beginning of the year, I made a poll actually towards the end of last year, and then another one at the start. I believe it was at the start of I was in a style flux, and we're still talking about it. Apparently, I can't get over it. But one of the things I wanted to do is it was like I don't know where to go, man. Like things look certain ways here, and I don't mean to just show artwork right off the hop, but so this kind of look here, yeah, it's fun. It looks good. It's got rendering. There's some wonky anatomy, but that's just what I like. And to me, this feels more like what you would do at Marvel, DC, that kind of thing, right? Nothing wrong with it. I enjoy working there. But since my son's been born, time just doesn't exist like it did. And I have too many, and this is the excuse I keep saying, I have too many ideas in my head, not that they're good, that I need to get out into comic book form in some way. And working in that other style, it just takes too long. Because I'm also picking up client work, right? And I'm forever grateful for that. This kind of look here started tickling stuff. It started making things go, there's potential here. And I shared it with people online. Some people hate it. Some people like it. Some people all over the place, right? Or indifferent. And that's fine. And I'm just trying to show this because not everybody watches all these videos, so I'm trying to jam it out in the beginning here, just as sort of like a recap. So this here was the very first test I was doing in that style, and luckily people were saying, when I had that voting thing, because I'm interested in what people like, right? As a creator, I want to make things that people enjoy. You're not going to get everybody, and that's not necessarily the goal, but I'm just trying to see if what I like is lining up with what people like, because if that happens, we're doing really good. So the style that I posted was in the simple thing. It got some likes, but not as much as like the thing I showed you before. It looked a little more polished, we'll call it. But this kind of thing here, it's fast, obviously, right? So I wanted to just do a quick test. I've been looking at a lot of Corey Lewis, and I want to keep bringing him up because I hope people know his stuff. And especially this drawing here is very influenced by Corey. And I love the result of it. And I'm trying to emulate him, but taking and looking at what he's doing, and I got to be honest, I'm grateful to the guy for just having and this might not even be something he's aware of, and I might just be looking at it, but to have the balls to draw the way he does, and I'm not saying this is exactly what he does. I'm just saying when I see it, you guys ever draw and you like an artist and you like maybe the face that they draw or something, and you start to incorporate that in your work, but you can see it sometimes and you're like, man, that really looks, I nailed that one. That's sort of like what I feel like when I'm kind of like I'm getting there. I'm getting the vibes. I love Kirby, and I want to get more of that in here too. Even with like, these big chunky shadow shapes. But like, look at this arm. It's ridiculous, right? But I love it, man. Like, it's got a power to it. I'm in the mood right now, currently, where that is the jam, man. This kind of stuff. I don't know. Let's bring this guy. This would be a more traditional John, we'll call it, right? It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, I don't think. Like, right? Like, there's a lot of things that check out. Maybe there's some anatomy problems. Probably still can't draw feet, right? Like, it's there. But in my opinion, this is better. So anyway, I'm riding this. I'm turned on to that thing big time. So we're just going all the way. Now the benefit here is the other thing I was trying to do is how fast does this go? This took like I think 2 hours tops. I'm not saying that to gloat at all because it's a different look, but that's a page, man. And this is for comics, right? We're doing stories, and I'm attracted to the speed. That's why we're gonna keep going there. This was another page, right? I just wanted to test. What if we go a little anime? What if we start playing with faces and stuff like that, or manga, I should say, and just getting ridiculous, right? Like get some Super Smash Brothers kind of font going, swear a little bit. Doesn't make any sense. Like get a little manga face, stuff that I always enjoyed when I was growing up, but I've moved away since looking at art and drawing in a certain style. This kind of stuff, yeah, I don't want to say poo-poo, but just not really paying attention to it. There's a video we posted on YouTube too. You guys can go back and check out. I think this was last week. I think it's a 1 to 2 hour video. The main test on this one, again, I'm not trying to, and I go through the whole thing. So if you're interested in that, you can watch how I made the page. And there's nothing really here that's amazing. Again, it was just another test. And what it was mostly backgrounds and maybe it's like some sort of vehicle kind of thing. And look how like disgusting these buildings are, right? This is all freehand stuff, as you can tell. What is going on with this perspective here, right? But it's okay. That's not the point of what I was doing here. This is just testing, but I love it. Like that's a building. It's a city. Cool. That's all I need to do. Let's keep going. All right. There was that car chase that we did, right? Like it's gross looking, arguably, right? But I imagine as you read this, all the information's there that needs to be there, right? And if you're looking for maybe it's like a style or a thing that you like of it's looking like a movie, or I would call it higher production values, like a Marvel DC kind of book. That's not where I'm going to be going. I'm in this experiment land right now of just, what is this shoulder muscle? Like, that's where I'm at right now. And I've just realized, and I'm starting to commit to this, where it's like, I know I'm going to lose people along the way of this journey of seeing where this goes. Meaning, when I say lose people, I mean people that are interested in what the hell I'm doing. Okay? And I'm hoping to pick up new people. But with the time I have to draw, I just got to do this because this makes me excited. I have some client projects that I'm working on where I will be working in my more traditional style because this is, I don't like to bleed the two. I like my own personal stuff and to be more experimental. Maybe eventually people will come to me to do this kind of thing, and that's different. But for right now, we're just sticking with that. So anyway, it's got a little upkeep for you guys. For those that are not or maybe haven't been following along since we've been doing this. So we're going to be working on somebody else, but it's in the world of this guy, and I don't want to talk too much about it because until it becomes something, it's nothing, right? So. Let's get our coffee going. And thank you, everybody, for being in here. I appreciate it. Lars, Monday, first day back to work in 2 months. Oh, man. Hard being in a classroom teaching. How's that going, by the way? Does it feel good? Does it feel refreshing to kind of get back to normal? V3, yeah, it's true. Takes a lot of balls to go counter to acceptable commercial styles. Yeah, for give or take, I do understand why some people might not dig it, and I can respect it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Lars, he's doing test 2, figuring out the style, not necessarily his style, but a house style. I decided to put together a portfolio of cover art and send it to Boom Studios. Good luck, man. I wish you the best. Still got a lot of grinding to do. Yeah, everybody's got to grind. We're all good. All good. Okay, so we're going to do, the hell? I'm going to take a look at this guy. Sometimes what I like doing here is just going all the way back to, like, how the drawings start. Like, look at this stuff. Like, what is this guy? Oh, I did one of these too. I'll show you guys, just for kicks. I was testing out like a how something might look with a different brush. Did I put it in here? Guess not. I don't think he's in my ideas, is he? He is. Did a little campy Vegeta. I was trying again this anime kind of look. Manga. Why do I keep saying anime? Trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? Like it's different. I used to do this all the time. This is how I think most people that I've known growing up, it was always anime and manga, video games, right? And there's something there. So we're experimenting here, man. I'm not quite sure where we're, and I even added like a layer for shading in the gray here, right? Like we would normally do with our color. I'm not sure if I like it here. It adds like a dimension to it. I tried it with this guy, and it worked too. But there is something to be said for just a flat gray. So I'm still, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of play. But anyway, here's like the loose anatomy. Right? Like look at these bonkers arms, man. These are over the top. All right. All right. I think we're good. Okay, so this guy, he's called, and I already have him in my head. That's why I was here. The Five of Clubs. I gave little Alexander. I have a pack of playing cards, so we gave them to him. Now he just likes throwing the cards around and just holding it and hitting it off things, right? And I just started getting these ideas. Or not the five of... What am I talking about? The Five of Clubs. What is the Five of Clubs? It's the King of Clubs. So I was trying to think. Maybe if this guy, right? Like, the first thing I was thinking of was just having a dude with a lot of clubs. But what if he's literally the king of, like, nightclubs? I don't know what that looks like. I have this image in my head of just like this over the top. Some chains. But he's a villain for sure. What do we want to do with the body here? I do want to have him. I do want him to have a weapon. Lars, I'm tired. Nothing normal about the situation. The kid's trying to figure out all the guidelines and me faking having a. Gotta love being the one in control, eh? I think I'll have like just these long, lanky legs. He's gotta have a wide base, right? That's just pure confidence. This style too, I've noticed you gotta be a lot more gestural. Like I want to go in here and start going, okay, well, here's the rib cage and the pecs, and this is where the shoulder connect, and it doesn't work that well. It starts to tighten up real quick, and the scary part, I say scary, but like this look here, it's very organic, and things can get out of hand pretty quick. Do we just, you know what? Let's go ahead. We'll put like his arms here. Give him a big ol'. Whoops. Club or something, right? We'll come up with some. I'll say Kirby, just meaning like something over the top. Like just, it doesn't need all those things, but it just looks cool. We'll go here. I don't know what this is. I was thinking maybe kind of like a. I don't know what they're called. Just like all this like puff kind of, maybe feathers or something. I don't know. And you gotta have a crown. Probably sunglasses make them look real cool. Some chains. But this guy's got to fight too. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. All right, so we're going to lower the transparency here, and then we're just going to kind of throw in some flavor here. So what I like to do here on this part now is like, again, this is where I don't want to tighten up. But this is too loose currently for me to just go in there and start drawing. Maybe we can give him some folds or something like here. So hopefully this makes a little bit of sense to you guys. I wouldn't necessarily say this is the like a great way to draw because there's a lot of guesswork that's going in here, and it's a lot. There's a lot of slop, but the point of all of this is just for a feeling. It's not accuracy. I want you to look at this and think of something. This is also like a character design too. So now I'm trying to still figure out with this look how to approach faces, because I always end up going back to going like, okay, so here's that look, and I want to move on from that. I want to see if we can kind of like, all right, we can put some sort of cool sunglasses. I don't know what yet, and then maybe some sort of nose. This is tricky here. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll do that. Just so he's more straightened up. What do we do for hair? Hey, hardcore, thanks, man. Oh, also, thanks for your comments, your questions, brother, in on my last video there. Hopefully, I was able to help you out there. All right. Yeah, I don't like that. You don't just still feel like lanky, quick. Maybe we can put the puff down here too, so it's the same sort of design. Let me just move this up, because I'm running out of space. Get a foot in there somewhere. Oops. Put like some big old. Yeah, I don't know if I like those big ass shoes like that. So he's super pompous, right? I just want this guy to just have like a presence about him. Give him a little cape, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Hey, great now. How's it going, brother? How you doing? All right, let's figure out some sort of club, right? Have it rest down here. Now, this is interesting. I mean, like, I'm just getting shapes right now, right? That's all we're worried about right here. If we can get some, I don't know. It's one of the things I'm trying to do a lot with this stuff is think of, I call them like accessories, but things that just might be cool to have on them. Like spikes on a club, yeah. But maybe there's like I don't know, like wings or something. Kind of look like spikes. Actually, we could probably mirror this over here too, like wings. And this is some pretty over the top design. Like, it doesn't make much sense there. 1 second, guys. Just gotta answer the phone. Okay, we're back. All right, so this is getting a little flamboyant, I guess. This look. I don't know if I'm gonna move this leg over. We're gonna have to do something with this. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on this part. This part's supposed to go quick. I feel like the longer we spend there, it's kind of counter to like how I would recommend approaching drawing, right? Where it's like the more work you do up front to figure things out, it saves you time down the road, so you don't got to do it then. But this one, there's so much like, like there's things we're just gonna kind of throw in here organically that you're not gonna notice until you kind of get in there. Okay, so let's start with the head here, I guess. I don't really care for that face. Although this is kind of showing me like these giant like bug eye looking things, kind of. I'm kind of getting like this beetle kind of look. Right, I might be pivoting on the design here. I might just start designing somebody else here. I don't know. This has turned into something else that's kind of cool. Let's try to get some. I find too when I'm drawing this way, it's good to get some solid blacks going pretty quickly, I should say. It just helps ground some of these things. AJ, how's it going? I don't know if you hate comparisons, but for some reason he reminds me of a One Piece character. Oh, who's that? I haven't read One Piece, so comparisons are fine. I'm hoping, like, I'm not ripping anything off or anything like that. How's it? Nah, I don't like that. Ben, how's it going, man? He's kind of looking like a cross between a surfer guy and a Final Fantasy antagonist. It's true. All right, I'm gonna keep this here because I like there's a design in this. It's like a beetle looking thing for sure. All right, let's go back. I don't want to take. I don't want to start not finishing what we're doing here. But I'm kind of getting like this. I don't want to say Sailor Moon look, but like like these kinds of. I don't know if I like that. It's kind of yeah. And maybe it's just the crown thing that I'm doing here. There's like all this extra stuff that probably doesn't need to be here. All right, well let's try to beef this guy up or something. Actually, let's maybe we could do like those bebop glasses. Something like that, maybe. Not as much anymore with the beetle head, but okay. Doflamingo, but man, some of these names of these characters are just too much. Give him a bigger nose too. I want this guy to be black, just like the that other dude we were drawing. Maybe just make him just a little bit. What if we do something up here with this? Yeah, this will be a good opportunity to get a little Kirby in here. Maybe something like this. I don't know. Hey, Maria, how's it going? Or is it Maria? I'll learn to read eventually. We'll, we'll get there. All right, let's move on here from up there. Sometimes I find if you just start, or if you keep moving, just to give your brain a little break, and when you come back to something, you'll be able to get what you're looking for. This is very much not something like I would normally design, right? You know, more superhero looking stuff. It's kind of the exciting part with this stuff is it's just I'm able to just kind of fart around a bit more and design different things. Um, let's bring this over a little bit more so it's in the center. Did I want his caution to be black? One other thing I wanted to try with this today is I've seen Corey do this, as well as some people were recommending in the last video I did that this was reminding them somehow of I don't know the artist's name, but Kill la Kill I think is the name of the manga and the anime, and they do this thing where I would argue in traditional comics or American comics, you know, you do like some feathering, you know, something like that. This pen's not great to show it, but with this you can kind of just like sketch it in. And at first it was kind of like, it's kind of sloppy looking. But then the more I looked at it, it's like, it's actually perfect. It adds so much energy to what you're trying to do anyway. Like, a lot of these shapes are pretty ridiculous. Like, there's, like, look at these knuckles, right? We're going to put something up over here too, like this. Pretty ridiculous shapes, but when you quickly look at it with all these, like, you know, like, let's assume it was on the side here. We just kind of go like this. There's movement in that. I don't know. It's I'm digging it. All right, we're gonna give him this high tech belt for reasons. Go here. Maybe we can put the. I don't know if I should actually do the club like on the card. No. And this should probably not look really like anything else that he's got on him. A little bit of a tangent there. And I'm trying not to erase as much, even though I've probably done it more than I should have. There's a lot of lines where, like, if you just spill lines over, it's okay. It's a big learning adjustment. Uh, let's go ahead and add like a some sort of like trinket kind of, not trinket, but like what am I trying to say here? Once we fill it in, maybe you'll see it. It's almost looking a little African kind of. Ben, definitely some kill a kill going on. Trigger use, really loose lines, and a lot of the time, but they look so good. Yeah, man. See, I'm glad. I'm glad a lot of you guys are on board with this. I know there's a chunk that aren't, and that's fine too. I already said that. That's not the point. I'm not. It's not a popularity contest, but just reassuring knowing that there's people out there that are agreeing with what I'm doing, and they're kind of providing examples and stuff of things to check out. So thank you for that. Oh, give me 1 second here, guys. Be right back. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Where are we at? Oh, cool. I didn't even know this. I set up one of the buttons there for the mute. I didn't know that it would actually kick back into the actual setting here, the scene with everything on there. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let me catch up with you guys. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Venom, how's it going, man? Hello. Have you thought of a banner in one of your corners of the screen to promote your comics so that more people can read Jessup King? Sorry, what do you mean, like on the screen, like how I have my website and stuff to like include something there on the screen? I haven't, but it makes a lot of sense. I actually don't really push or promote Jessup King, to be honest with you. There's no reason I shouldn't. But trust me, it's something I that's why I'm liking where this stuff has been heading for me personally the last little bit, because the speed in which I'm able to emote some of these stories in my head, it's making me think that we're gonna have some comics sooner than later that are super quick, and I can get them out. Because I'm definitely getting stuck in the trap of. And again, I'm grateful for this. I'm not crapping on anything here. You know, doing client work for people, which I enjoy doing, but it takes up a lot of time, right? People are paying me to do comics and artwork for them. I want to make it awesome. But they just take so much time, and then when I try to mirror that over into my own stuff, it's too much time. So, and plus, I would argue too, this style, this look here, it's got a lot of friggin' energy in there, man. To me, so I'm able to envision and write some stuff that's ridiculous. Like, anyway, I'm excited to do that. There's a lot of talk that I do, so it's nice to be able to kind of be forward and have something come of it. But yeah, when some of these things come out, so right now, and I haven't really talked too much about it. Should I give him a skirt? I feel like a skirt. Let me do something like this, just get some more flavor in here. Right now, I'm in the mindset of these being kind of like zines. I would very much like to get these printed. They're black and white, right? With like a nice cover. Maybe we'll color it. Maybe we won't. I don't know. Not worrying about it just yet. But having these printed out. But if you're on Patreon, first and foremost, you guys will be getting this stuff for free. If you're on Patreon, I don't know the reward tier for that just yet. At least if it's $1, for sure. Maybe we'll change that in the future. Not too sure on that right now. Not really worrying about it. Just make is priority. We can worry about details later. You know. And then I was thinking of selling the zine so far on my Etsy store. Still trying to work or figure out maybe a better alternative than Etsy for some stuff. But like even people right now, if you are a patron and you like some of the prints I do, as long as you're a patron, you're getting a promo code anyway, so you can get things at a cheaper cost. And the same will apply with the comics. But the zine kind of format it's nice. You can do it yourself. I don't have to get a Kickstarter. I don't have to do anything. I do it myself. But the production value is different too, right? But there's a flavor in this kind of stuff that I always enjoy. That I do enjoy in zines, I should say. And that's what I'm hoping to get with these here. But yeah, once these come out, it makes a lot of sense to have something on there. Lyle, what are you saying there, man? John, question for you. I've been feeling stagnant with my drawing, and I'm playing it safe with stuff I drew that I feel comfortable. Do you have any suggestions to break art stagnation? Yeah, I do. But I worry it's maybe not the right thing. For me, it's kind of doing what I'm doing right now. I had to find something else, a different way of drawing. Like, and this might sound like I don't know, maybe I'm being harsh. But let me open up something here. Yeah, okay, we'll do this here. That's fine. Okay, so this drawing here, I had different versions. Actually, let me bring this up. I've done this before with you guys. I don't know if I downloaded that. It's on my Google Drive. Bear with me for 1 second. I think I did 2 versions of that cover. Now finding it's the tricky one. Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Maybe not. Okay. God eyes. Maybe put it in here. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Actually, we'll bring up the color one. Why not? So the characters are color different and stuff, but I just want to show you guys something here, okay? So this, let me back up. What? Okay, I'm all okay. there's like a flow that I wanted to talk about this, so I'll do my best. So this here, I would consider my safe comic book. You guys probably know me of drawing this kind of style, this kind of look. It's comfortable. This would be what I would say got me to being stagnant. I would draw it, and it's very formulaic. Get some cool stuff. It really wasn't until I started looking at Kirby and finally understanding how he works with Kirby dots. I'm not saying this is a great example. I'd say the best example I have of Kirby dots that I did. And the Kirby dots are actually a big turning point for me anyway. Let me see this one. Now, one of the things with Kirby dots that I think a lot of people mistakenly do is get a Kirby dot brush and just start throwing Kirby dots around. The reason why that's a mistake, at least the way I look at it, is let's check this out. When I was looking at, I don't have the book here, I moved it. There's a book I bought. It's a Jack Kirby book that's got like pencils as well as inking from other people in there, right? But the pencils are what I wanted. I wanted to see what his pencils looked like before an inker got him, because inkers add to work, right? I want to see what his stuff was looking like before. And what I noticed is when he's doing, let me see if I actually put it in here. Yeah, I kind of did it in here. So what I was noticing he was doing is he's using it for negative space, which is a little it's a little more complicated of a concept to grab. For me it is anyway. But think of it like it's just a way to, see how like all this right here I have an X, that would all be filled with black. So what he would do with his pencils is he would pencil in where the negative space or the white would go, right? So what that means is when you're filling this in with black, it would butt up all the way around here. Now, what the Kirby dots do, though, is you use that instead of this line. So this line is the pencil guide, and then you start scribbling in little dots. Now, the thing is when you use a Kirby dot brush, you can't do this. You can't get the finesse. You can't get that shape, which is, I would argue, the whole point of using them. Kirby dots add power, but I think people just, and I did too, just throw them on because you're supposed to put Kirby dots and they have a look, right? So if we go back in here and look at the inks, okay, so do you see, right? Like I can make a halo right here of Kirby dots only because I already made the shape, and then I wanted to resonate out of there, and then his eyes are kind of, doing all this. And then he would do this thing with fire where you're kind of breaking up the shape and stuff, right? So I learned a lot from this, and why I'm getting there is this here, how I would draw, is very formulaic, and I enjoy it because I know the end result, how it'll look, okay? But the organicness of adding this kind of energy, I don't feel like I had in my work. I might have had cool poses to me anyway, or like some dynamic anatomy and all that. But drawing this way and drawing more Kirby stuff, like even these bonkers render lines that don't make a lot of sense, I was getting energy in there. And then when I went back and looked at Corey Lewis's stuff, I was starting to see like things like, man, now it's like I'm seeing energy in art. And when people don't do this in their art, I'm not as interested personally. You can have really fancy or beautiful looking rendering and artwork. I just don't find interest in that anymore. Sometimes it's good drawing, like I'll look at it, but it's just not, it's missing some life. So I did, this version here was originally this guy. This is more pushed. Let me see here. Kind of like what I'm doing now, right? Where like things don't make a lot of sense. I got like these little like makeup anatomy lines. Like this isn't real. You know, there's some foreshortening in here, but like these aren't real. That's not where they would line up, right? And then what I started doing is adding these Kirby lines, or like a shorthand way of like just adding like these shapes that would be shadows, okay? And what I was noticing was Corey Lewis, who I was checking out, he was doing some of this as well. And then I just, something clicked where I was like, these two guys, Corey Lewis and Jack Kirby, there's something there that it's just cool. So I'm looking at this and I was drawing it. And I'm like, I like this, man. Like it's got something there. There's an energy. There's something there. But then the reason why this came in, and there's a really long-winded way of getting to your question there, Lyle, is this is the kind of stuff that was breaking me from the stagnation part of like this. It's safe. It's just a guy, you know, and he's holding the thing with some shadows and some rendering. Like, but this to me is more storytelling than that. Things don't make sense. You look at Kirby stuff, his anatomy and positioning and stuff, they don't make sense, but they look like they work, you know? Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Elena just showed me Alexander went for a nap, and we got one of those baby monitors, and now he's just starting to stand for the first time in his crib. The benefits of working from home, eh? You get to see stuff. Okay, um, this is really long winded way. Let's see if I can wrap this up here. Anyway, so stagnant, yes, art. So I guess what you could say is this for me is I objectively like I can look at this, all its flaws that are there. I can look at this and go, okay, this person can do this well, this that well, or whatever. This looks like somebody that might not be able to draw, or like they still need to work to get to something like this. I've had close friends say this. I've had, and not just one or two. I've had four that told me specifically like this looks like something that somebody doesn't know how to draw. And then I've had other people that I don't even know just say it's great or they love it or whatever, right? And this is, and I'm gonna wrap this up. This is really much getting back to what you were saying there. For me, it was just kind of going, and I've been doing this all year. You guys have seen me flip flop back and forth. This has been the thing that I should have been sticking with from the start of the year when I told myself I would do that, but then I chickened out and went back to safe. The main reason for that was the stupid virus that's going around right now and losing, being unemployed and going, I need to get work. To me, when I see this looks more acceptable for work, as in people might go, okay, I need a cover or this guy to draw something. This is the look. This this is more I for me. I need to develop this and push it and make people like it by making content. This is the kind of thing where I feel like it's already been done. People can look at this and expect a certain thing. This is going to take some time and some work. So all that to say, a really long way away. I would say look down deep inside of yourself of why you started drawing in the first place and just go into that. If it is this kind of look, then go all in. For me, and I've said this before, comics aren't the thing that got me interested in comics at all. The thing that got me into comics was video games and Ninja Turtles and toys. Comics are a way for me to be able to tell stories by doing something I love, drawing. That's it. I didn't get into comics because I read an awesome Captain America comic. And I think that's what's making me realize even more and more the older I get and time becomes more and more important, that for a long time, for me to do comics professionally, I had to do this. This is the pinnacle, we'll call it, right? Of getting this kind of look. Because I was studying certain artists and anatomy things that would teach me how to do this. Now this is just fun. I can hammer this out. Like, this dude to me is like insane. I love this. There's like, what's going on with this pattern? I don't know, but it looks cool. Why does he have an eye patch? Because it looks, to me, right? It looks cool. And thank God Corey Lewis is an artist and is posting stuff online where I can look at somebody, in my opinion, who has the balls to do this kind of thing, and people like it. And it's almost like paving a way forward for other people. He's been around forever. And then when I look at Kirby, it's the same kind of thing. And these guys, I really love what they do. Not that I don't love this. It's just, this is the stagnant part I was telling you. I know, draw this, do this. Right now, we're drawing this guy who, where is he? This guy. It makes no sense, man. What is this? This is ridiculous. But I know when I put this in a like this, panels to panels, it's gonna be cool, and I'm excited about that. Drawing panels and panels of this stuff, it's polished, it looks good, but I'm just not interested in it. Currently, I'm just not. Like I have client work, like I said, and I'm gonna get off this. I realize I'm rambling like usual. I'm doing this for clients right now, and that's okay. It's different because it's for somebody else. I don't look at it like I'm just a machine doing the thing. I still like drawing it. But when it comes time to sit down and do my own thing, sip on some coffee and some water and draw my own comics, this is where I want to keep playing. This is where I should be focusing on. It might be a dead end, or it might just be something I need to get out of my system, and I don't know. But this actually gets me excited. Sitting down to do this, not so much. For myself. Client work is like work. You got to do work, right? Okay, and I apologize. That took like an hour to reply. And I hope if I even answered your question remotely, let me know. If I didn't, I'll try to maybe give you something else. Hardcore art. Have you read Paper Girls? I have not. Venom. Sorry, some of you guys are replying to stuff that I don't even know. It was so long ago. Full Metal Raven. I prefer hatching versus blob sketching. Hatching gives a drawing shape, dimension, life, and an overall finish static. Sorry, what's blob sketching? I don't know what that. I never ramble. Yeah, okay. I was thinking too while I was out there doing stuff. This guy is the king of clubs, right? What I'm gonna do is he's the king of all nightclubs, at least in this story that I have in my head. I think it's probably cool if we do something with a club. Like, that's kind of, I don't know if we should put like a club from a card, or if we should just skip that. But maybe, I don't know, maybe it might be cool. Yeah, we're going to just put like these big old chunky shoes too. Maybe we'll make them like a fantasy kind of thing where they're, where they got bucklers and metal and all that kind of cool stuff. And one of the things, guys, and I've posted some stuff on Facebook on different groups. Some of you guys have probably seen it that I know are over there, and I get feedback from some people where it's like, and maybe it's my fault. Maybe I'm posting there, and you guys let me know if posting there, the idea is for constructive criticism and critique, but I'm not posting anything there for feedback. Like, hey guys, something's wrong with this, and I can't see it. What is it? That's not what I'm doing. So some of the feedback I've gotten from this stuff is it's like, it looks good, but really need to sit down and study the anatomy. And it's funny because the context is missing. I don't want perfect anatomy. When we're doing backgrounds, I'm not using a ruler. Like, we're just throwing in things that are just ridiculous. And it's incredibly freeing. I'll tell you that. Like right now, check this out, right? This is how this shadow should look. This cast shadow, right? Something along these lines. Like that. Nice and whatever. Check this out. Oops. We're doing like some weird curvy shapes. My God, look at the energy in there now. Love it. But the freeing part that I'm talking about is I would undo the living hell out of everything because it doesn't match up the way it's supposed to. Or I know people would call me out. Like, Jonathan, your perspective is all out of whack. And you guys know that feeling you get when it's like, okay, it's time to draw a cityscape background. And you get your perspective grid in there and you're just like, ugh. You don't want to draw it because you know it's a lot of work. That fear's gone. I want to draw giant cityscapes now because I'm just drawing buildings. Like, okay, boom, there's a building. Here's a janky rooftop. You know, okay, it's got some weird shapes to it. Cool. We got something at the top. It's a building. Move on. Love it. It's very freeing. Lars, can we do a critique in the end, like the good old days? Yeah, sure. Because you asked, Lars, I'll throw it to you, okay? Get it ready. We'll do a critique session like we used to do. And I'd very much like to get back to like Wednesday shows or whatever, like we were doing, guys. Actually, let me, this is one of the things looking weird. See, when we first started this, I was kind of like, I don't know. But now I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is pretty gas, man. This guy's cool. I like him. I like him. Lyle. Okay, no, John, you answered my question. Really? All right. I'm glad you. I was able to help you out with all that rambling. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, no problem, man. I joined you on Patreon a week ago. Seeing you sharing those drawings motivate me. Oh, hey, no problem. Thank you too, by the way, man. I do appreciate the support. And I will say this too. Reach out to me wherever. If it's on Patreon, if it's Twitter, whatever. Generally reply to everybody, especially if people got questions or comments and stuff like. So don't feel like I'm a closed book or anything. If you got something you need help with, maybe I can help. I don't know, but feel free to give me a shout. All right, I'm gonna try something here. Remember that sketchy stuff we were talking about? Nah, that's not the way to do it. I gotta figure out. Do I have a stabilization on? No. Okay. Kind of want to test this out, guys, so bear with me. Please. What button is it? Oops. There we go. Just trying to see. This is all on a separate layer, right? Okay, good. So I can delete this if I don't like it. I'm trying to see what happens if we add a little bit of this kind of rendering. I call this rendering, but it's not. It's pretty gross. It's not. It's okay. I think it might really work down here, like on these legs. Cool 80s inspired kids Time Wars Paper Girls. Okay, I'll check it out. Thank you. You guys are showing me all kinds of stuff. Tell me when yeah, no problem, man. And also let me know what it is when we do it, Lars. What it is that you want help with, like. All right, we're gonna turn that off just for now, and right, let's save it up. Okay, we got a lot going on here. We still got to put a club. He's got all this other stuff here. that look? Yeah, I'm digging this, man. This is this is cool as hell to me. I don't know why. All right, maybe we can put like a little bit of lines in there, you know, just to spice her up. All right, what does this guy got? Make sure. Okay, he's kind of got some. This guy's kind of got some curvy stuff going on. We add like a squiggle line down here. All right. Do we do the typical black chain, like all these black characters who's got like chains and stuff? Do we do that? Do we add in the chains? I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool looking. We gotta make these kind of cool too. What if we go like that? I got an idea. Let's make them like eyes. Dig it. See, this is the best part, guys. I'll tell you right now. Okay, if you're into comics, do character designs, right? Like, okay, I've already got an idea here. There's a reason for these eyes. Hopefully, I won't forget it. So you're doing character design and stuff, you get to just throw things at the wall, and if you add stuff like that, you can quickly get plot points and stuff. It doesn't got to be anything huge, but it's like a nice little thing that you can throw in there. All right, let's get that club. Let's get the club in there. All right, so we're gonna go here. Almost like a meat cleaver down here. Use the wrong brush. Maybe we can put like a. Just kind of dressing it up a little bit here. We'll put some shadow on there. To fix some of this, there's a lot of contour layers here. Or not contour layers. What's the word I want to use? Literally drawing a blank right now.
Whatever. I can't remember what the hell I'm talking about. All right, there's a lot of like lightning or stuff, something going down here. All right, I think we're gonna put like a cape on him here, and then we're gonna throw gray, and then we should be done. Actually, I'm just gonna hit some tunes here too, if you guys don't mind. One sec. All right, I think we got there. Cool. Okay, let's save that up. Just take a look at it here. What do you guys think? A little battle damage on this stuff. All right, let's put a quick background in here too. Actually, we should probably put a little shadow here back here. Lars digs it. Without stealing too much, you could totally do it like the Royal Flush Gang of Batman, with different people have different card symbols in their design. I've never heard of them, but that's what I was kind of thinking of too. I think we're gonna try to do instead is it's like a play on the word, right? So King of Clubs, he's the king of actual clubs. Spades is gonna be a little difficult. Maybe he's a gardener. Actually, I think what we'll do is we're gonna put this in here. Okay, let's get that background in here, and then we can kind of wrap this up. All right, so put a nice little club. Now I'm gonna do this in red, just so I can see it. I think what we're gonna do for the background here is we're just gonna make this like a gray, because all this black could get pretty rough. Oh. What do we got here? Largely saying the Royal Flush Gang's 5 people dress up as the card they represent. The King's the dad, Queen's the mom, Jack's son, Ace, basically their strongman tank who fights with him, and 10, the daughter. I should check it out just to see what you're talking about. Hey, B. Anderson, welcome, man. Thank you, dude. Okay, so if we were to just kind of drop that back like that, I think we're in good company here. Okay, I think we're done. We're just gonna add the what's it called? Um, the gray. We'll bring this guy up because we're gonna need that. Actually, oops. Just gonna erase some of this so that it goes off the page, but it doesn't like go right up to the end of it there. That even makes sense. Okay, let's get our color flats. Okay. I'm just gonna go a little darker here so I can see the where it's filling in a little easier. Cool. All right, this background, I'm just going to put it at, what, 50? Maybe we'll go 25 for now. Are you going to put these files and the comics files you did go on Patreon? I did just post one. I don't want to show it just yet because there's a process video I did too, just for people on Patreon. But there is something I did post up there today. These ones, I mean, I could. I'm not like trying to withhold certain things. I guess it's just more like a. I don't know if lazy is the right word, but. Alright, this is where it gets a little tricky. It's like, what do you change? Like, what gray do you use in certain places? Will they help a lot? Yeah, yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, I'll post this on there. I just don't like spamming people. So like I already posted something today, right? And then I kind of have some stuff lined up already. But yeah, I'll post this up there tomorrow for you. Go a little darker. Hey Hector, how's it going, man? What's up to my man? A Motown vibe. Well, I've got. I don't want to say I'm doing a comic because I'm always doing one, but that never gets done. But we did this dude over here a little while ago, and a couple more ideas for that story here. So I'd say soon, but I don't want to talk about too much until I do something with it, because then I'm always just doing stuff but not making anything. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? The PSD file from the black and white page you did helped a lot. I'm trying to make. Oh yeah, no problem, man. Yeah, I was glad. I'm glad it was able to help you. How's your comic going? Here, I think that's good. I don't want to keep going too much with this. There is a balance between it just start getting crazy. How's that background? Let's see if we can bring that back up. Maybe 35? Or maybe 20 is the way to go. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. So save that up. All right, Lars, get ready, man. Get ready. You can dump it in there and then get to it in a second here. I just want to pull up these last things here. This is our paper texture I still put on stuff, because I feel like it just adds. It's almost like making it a screen tone without making it a screen tone. You see? We'll close this guy up. But yeah, I think it came out. Good old Detroit. Actually, I didn't even think where it would be. Detroit sounds like a pretty good. That way I can get like a little RoboCop in there too. That might be the way to go. Kind of feel like this guy looks like he's got a toothpick sticking out. Nah, that's not do it. Okay, cool. I think this one's done. Just save it up. 1 second here. Let me just do this right for the patrons here. Okay, so we got the rough, inks, tone, save it up, and then we'll save it as a Photoshop file. I don't know if you know Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I mean, I know of it. I haven't really watched the show though. You know, like I told you, I want to do cover art. Does this tell a clear story? And are the colors too muddy? Should I clear up the fog if it's too busy? Should I? Okay. Did you email it to me, or did you send it to me on Facebook or something? I'll post all this on social too, guys. Down on 17th Street is the building where they filmed the Transformers, so you can put them in there too. In the movie. Detroit's like where all the best action movies are. What the hell am I doing? Oh, that's what I wanted. Lars, I posted the link here. No, links don't show up in chat. Here, just here's email it to me here, brother. Let me just post it here. There you go. Okay, so Lars is getting that ready. What we're gonna do is something we did before, back in the day. Just a little critique for Lars. Hopefully, we can help him out a little bit. And while we wait for that, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna post this on the internet. Boom, ba boom, 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 ba boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 ba boom, ba boom, ba boom, 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 ba boom. All right, we'll go here. Where were you? That's the one we want there. Click that. Click, click, click. Just waiting for that email. Let me just make sure I even have that open. Click here. Okay, thanks, man. Yeah, that way if you send it to me on email, I can load it into Clip Studio and do what we need to do there. Instagram, I can't really show it on here. Christopher John, thank you too for retweeting the stream. Appreciate that, man. Many thanks. Okay, get that one. All good, man. Yeah, man. Okay, there we go. Sent. Okay, just waiting to get it here. Let me check. Sometimes it goes to the good old spam. Okay, all right, we're just waiting for that email, and then we will wrap this party up. Tomorrow I should stream. I should be streaming earlier too, by the way, guys. What we're gonna be working on tomorrow. Sorry about that. Is we got a bunch of chapter pinups we got to do for Galaxies in Peril. So we're gonna be ramping productions back up for that. For those of you that are interested in the, I'd say the more classic style, I guess. I'm not getting that email at all, man. Damn. It's not my spam. Did you get the email right? Get nothing. Nothing. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, thanks. Are you late? A little bit. We're just waiting for Lars to send me a picture, and we're gonna do a little critique, and then that'll be it for today. Actually, while I wait, I mean, here I'll show you guys this. You guys want to see some fancy thumbnail making for YouTube videos? Because after these get uploaded, right, you get the janky custom thumbnails. Here, I'll show you guys how we do it. It's very lucrative. So we're in Photoshop right now. And I have a template right here. Yeah, we can do that. Alright, so we're going to click our artwork. And we will open up the drawing we just did. I saved it as a high resolution TIFF 2 for people on Patreon, obviously, so they can get it. but it also doubles as a way to bring in that nice, sexy HD artwork into your thumbnails. Let me just kind of shrinky poo that down. There we go. Get that guy. I don't really have a name of him. What was it? What did we call him? King of Clubs. Stream. Makes no sense. I gotta get better titles for these streams. Go there, click here, turn that off. Boom. We'll bring this guy up a bit. Something like that. And then we save it. Wasn't that cool? Small. So there we go. Cool. All right. Only the highest quality content here, guys. All right, I'll give you maybe like 5 more minutes here, Lars. Then maybe we'll do it tomorrow or something. If I don't get it within 5 minutes, anyway. Maybe something's wrong with my email. I don't know. Let me double check. No, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. I want to make sure I sent you the right meme. 82 at G. Yeah, okay. Just making sure mine was. You sent it? Okay, there we go. Got it, my man. All right, so let's download that. Okay, go new. I think that's the whole image, right? Am I missing anything? No? Okay. So it looks like a 3D model. Could be wrong. Doesn't really matter. Okay. So there's a couple things I see here. Okay, let me just duplicate this here so I can see it on the second screen with some appropriate colors here. Okay, I think it definitely tells a story. That's for sure. Something I might consider. Let me just go back to what you were saying because I know I was talking. I won't be able to see your comments here because I just scrolled up. But if this is for covers, one of the things right away that you always want to consider, and you might not necessarily do it because you're kind of in like pinup mode. Make sure everything's there. I'm just gonna duplicate it. Right. Is we need room for a title somewhere, right? All right, so we'll put title somewhere here. Right, so if that's where the title's going, you won't see the head. So, I mean, it could be a problem, might not be. If you need to know what color her hair is, right, might be a little important. So you want to do cover art? Does this tell a clear story? Are the colors too muddy? Should I clear up the fog? Is it too busy? Blah, blah. Okay, well, let's take a look at what we're looking at here, right? I would argue, I mean, this looks like you're kind of going borderline realism. And I know you're using, to me, it looks like a 3D model, and I could be wrong. There's a couple things here. This hand is smaller than this hand. So that tells me that this hand is coming at us. Right? So if that's the case, this hand is weird because it's going this way. And then this shoulder line is odd. Right? So what it should be kind of doing, I would argue, right, is if this is the bend in the body, there should be like some sort of twist happening. And I think, and again, if you are using a 3D model, which again it looks like you are, also this
this leg is in the wrong spot. If you're using 3D models, sometimes the guides that they use, they don't line up right. So like if we get that twist, then you get her butt here. Remember, if this arm here is coming at us, it's the opposite thing, right? So this is coming back, right? So if we're walking, right? Yeah, yeah. What the hell am I talking about? You're walking. Yeah, opposite, opposite. Wait, what the hell? Give me a second. It's like I forgot how to walk. So you're walking opposites. So this is back. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Sometimes you got to do it yourself. Okay, so these should be switched. So this butt should be going here, and this butt should be coming up. So this should overlap like that. Does that make sense? Right. So her shoulder should come up here, and you get some more tricep. You would see more of the elbow. You know, I'm not saying she has to be ripped, but so probably more like this kind of thing. What I might do too is if the steak is the focus, you kind of have it going. This guy's looking, which is great. This guy's looking kind of through here. That's fine. I'm just going to try to clear this up a little bit. But they kind of look like they're just hanging out. These vampires, right? Like maybe they should be ready to attack. They know who she is, I'm assuming, right? She's coming after them. And you might be able to just play with their spacing too. Just so that's not all. There's a thing called, I remember, I think it was, what's his name? Todd McFarlane is talking about like same heads, right? This guy's head's the same size as this head. Try to have different size heads, and it immediately gives you like some sort of dynamic energy here. And I'm trying to cram these guys in, but you see what I'm saying? Like it sort of moves it around. You got some room up here too. You could do something with. So that's just some of the issues there. Again, the anatomy is a little wonky on these guys. Like I don't know what this box is here. Like it literally looks like a box. So just some stuff to consider. Now we'll go on to the coloring. And I should say too before we start here, I'm just going in for what I see as weaknesses or whatever. Overall, I think it's a good image. I don't think there's anything horrible about it. So good job with that, man. Is this perspective right? Here, 1 second. Hey, Jojo. I'm not sure what the perspective is. Is the perspective lined up? So it looks like we got different points coming around here. What I might do too is, again, abuse the fact that this is the focal point. So have like everything coming from here. In my opinion, that's where everything should be coming. Because when you do it, like when you make a 1 point perspective, your eye has to look there. So abuse that, have everything there. And what will happen is, again, the anatomy, really the whole drawing will change when that perspective's done there. But anyway, for the color, I love saturation, but I think this is a little oversaturated. And it looks like we've got multiple light sources here that I don't think are making sense. We've got, it's going to be a little hard to draw in. I don't really paint in Clip Studio, so give me 1 second to try to find oil paint. Ooh. There's lag hell. Gouache, is that just going to be too thick? Oh, no, you can kind of blend. Okay, cool. All right, so you got like this light source coming from the top here, and then it's hitting here, but then it's also hitting here, and then it's hitting here. So it's telling me that there's light coming down this way, but it's not totally consistent. And you got this other light that's just coming from this angle, but it's only hitting certain things, right? Like you only have it hitting her arm, as opposed to like hitting here as well, and if you're going to have a light source like that, you got to go all in, right? Like there should definitely be some over here too. Like everything should be affected by that same light source, right? So you should be having some of that. Even these dudes, I don't know where they are, where they're placed in all of this. Hey Jojo, you want to come over here for a sec? Come here, buddy. Okay, come on. Oh, big guy. There you go, Jojo. Okay, so there's that, and then what I like to do is we'll just make another layer, fill it black, and then go color. And what this will do, this is for your tone. This will let you know what's, you know what I mean? Like, she looks good, but these guys, they're very much the same. So I'm just going to quickly just pick a color here, okay? And I'm just going to cut them out, or cut everything out that's not her. It's almost like making a mask here. I'm trying to go super quick with it. Okay, and this is, you see what's happening right now, and this is just a selection, but she pops out more than the background, which is what you want. You got to get that depth in there, I would argue. So I'm just going to select that now that I made that selection, and even with this tone, what I'll do is I'm just going to make a new layer, correction layer, and we'll go levels, okay? And what I'm trying to do here is just, I guess it'd be brightening it up. Or you could darken it, whatever direction you want to go. Yeah, this is going to look like it's going to get blown out a bit here. So if I turn that off, see it's starting to put a little bit of fog. Like I don't necessarily like it. Here, what we might do then is make a selection. Maybe this is where I'll bring in that green you kind of have on her skin. We'll go up here, we'll put a little green. Yeah, that's better. She's popping out a lot because of what we're doing here, but you know, you could change whatever color you wanted to put back here. It's just to drown them out a bit, just to push them back. I'm always a fan of doing a layer, correction layer, gradient map, or not gradient map, color balance, and going shadow. Shadow looks like you get like a blue going in here, and then highlight would be opposite. It just uniforms the color. Like things are super saturated right now. As I keep saying it over and over again. But I mean, that'd be about where I would go. Yeah, so anyway, I hope that kind of helped. I don't know if the fog's necessarily a problem. Fog looks fine. One last thing here is this is what I'm talking about that's a little confusing. Is you've got the light source down here, which is the shadow underneath the guy, but he's not lit the same way. He's not. You've got like these rim lights on him that don't make a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? And then you're doing stuff like this where you see there's like this orange highlight, which is the same orange that's being put on her, I'm assuming. But then over here, you've got like this cream color and then a yellow color. I don't know where these colors are coming from. And then this green, but this green is nowhere on him. Right? Like, here. If we were to do something like... you got to have that light source. Like, again, I know I already said this, but it's got to be consistent if you're going to choose to put like a light on that side. Anyway, hope that helps you, man. Let me just catch up with you in case you're saying a whole bunch of stuff here. They're saying the reference I use on Instagram. It's sent in my mail. Sorry. Okay, I'll have to check that out, man. Okay. Well, yeah. Anyway, I hope that helped you a little bit. I'll check on Instagram. I can't do that right now, but anyway, thank you guys. Appreciate everybody coming in here and while we were drawing what we were working on. And Lars has just reminded me that 100% what we need to do is if we get back to the Wednesday shows like we used to do back in the day, we'll do the where do we go here? Jeez, we'll do the critique. It was like a weekly critique where people would send stuff, and I think it was like the last half hour. People would be able to send stuff in, and we could just do what you just saw. A lot of fun. A lot of fun doing that stuff. But anyway, thank you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow. Should be an earlier stream tomorrow. And like usual, keep reading comics, keep making comics, and I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.